everyone. 2025 Topps Heritage Hobby is a full case PYT number 9. Let's go ahead and get our packs out. First break of the day. What's up, Vinny? I don't have, the only bets I have locked in today, Grandpa, so far are, I have Virginia plus 1.5, and I have Texas Tech on the money line. I did not get a bet in on either of these two games. I wanted to get Iowa State live, but they went on a little bit of a run. Now they're winning, so there's no real opportunity. What's up, Nick? I'm doing pretty good, man. Had a couple days off. Good to be back. I kind of want to take UCLA, but I don't know if Tyler Bilodeau is playing or not. It wasn't really clear on X this morning. Yeah, a little 3-day weekend. Not a bad break. Not a bad break at all, Nick. Yes, sir. Actually, let me get this out of the way early on so we can just roll on this break and I don't have to pause later. I'm going to do our randoms for our quads and our duels. He's not playing? Okay. So that'll probably keep me off of UCLA then. All right, so this is going to be for our quads and our duels, guys. Get this out of the way now. We're on 6 times. We'll start off with our quads. Top right, top left, bottom right. It was 6 times. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. 4, 5, and 6. Bottom left will win the quads. That's 6 times. Bottom left wins the quads. And on our duels, we got right, left staggered a couple times. 6 times, 4, 5, and 6. They're going to the left. So we got the bottom left and the left on our quads and our duels. I think it's an ankle injury, Nick. That's what I'm pretty sure it was. They were saying, like, they said in the conference tournaments that he would be back and then didn't play against UCF, excuse me. So, like, I really don't know what's going on with him. I think coaches lied about, availability of players, though, because they said that they were going to factor that in when it comes to seeding and the tournament and all that stuff. That's why SMU lied about their one of their leading scorers returning. Ended up getting a spot in the bracket because of it. Could have been the same tactic for UCLA. Check out the tri-case of Bowman's Best, guys. That's only 10 away. We do have some big spots on the board with Roki, Kurtz. Roki and Kurtz are the 2 biggest spots. Everything else should go fairly easily. Not too far in Bowman Draft Hobby. And then Update Delight 52 really is just the Dodgers fillers away and the Astros. And if we need to, we can serial or buy the box the Astros if we really have to filler that part off. Everything else should go fairly easily. So we're set up for at least our first 5 breaks of the day. We're set and ready to rock. Should have a good day. I'd imagine the tri-case will go second or third, Nick. Just depending on if we get that Dodger filler off, or and maybe Bowman Draft might sneak in there. Who knows? Sent down Emerson, really. I mean, yeah, I think it makes sense. With like the addition of like Donovan, they're pretty set at second base. Shortstop. Yeah. They love their JP Crawford up there in the Pacific Northwest. I knew he was a middle infielder. I didn't know if he was. Is he really? I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. So who's starting at short? Now you piqued my interest, Grandpa. See, you have the information that I didn't have. Arias. So happy these packs are just like slightly different from years past. Like they're still a pain, but they open so much smoother than past years Heritage packs. Yeah, I've noticed that. There was a decent amount of like solid names that I saw that didn't make the big league club. What's up, Sponger? You think it maybe has something to do with like how arbitration would be looked at in the new CBA or something like that, Grandpa? K-Dub, what's going on? Hell yeah, Sponger. That sounds like a good day to have an outdoor TV. Enjoy some basketball on the patio. Less service time, less money for sure, Scruffy. That was a triple from the other day. Cat pulled it earlier this week, and since it is a super, we didn't just random it off in the break. We've reached out to the 3 people who've hit it. They're international customers, and I don't believe we've gotten any response for them. So we're holding it right now because it's a 1 of 1, and we don't just want to random that off. We want to give the people an opportunity to discuss it with us. Oh, but you got 40-mile-an-hour winds? Hell. Two perfect brackets. I saw that, and I saw that they both have like 3 games differently today, Sponger. I saw that one bracket has Virginia beating Tennessee, the other one's vice versa. The other one has Bama, I think. I think like there's like 3 games where they're opposite of each other. So there's no way we'll have 2 by the end of the day. Gonzaga falling short in March is a tale old this time, unfortunately. They've had some good Final Four runs to the championship games, but they've also had enough years where I feel like they've kind of, left some on the table. I didn't even play any for money. I did like a couple. I did like one serious bracket, one kind of just like on a whim, and then one bracket of what I hope happens. And funny enough, the most random bracket I place is the one doing the best. So, but I'm not in any for any money. I'm not in any bracket groups or anything like that. I literally just do it to keep track to see how how I would have done. None of my brackets are good enough to win any money in any competition, though, so I'm glad I didn't join. Nice, Sponger. I'm sure Purdue will do Purdue things at some point. I did like them to go to at least the Elite Eight, though. Oh, that's one of my. I'm looking forward to that game. I'm looking forward to Texas Tech and Bama. Honestly, there's a lot of good games today. That Vanderbilt Nebraska game might have been one of the best March Madness games in the last like 4 to 5 years. That game was so good yesterday. I can't believe that final shot didn't fall. That ball was halfway home. That was absolutely nuts. Duke and Siena was awesome. It was a really good game. Siena just gassed out. I don't know. I don't love that their coach didn't make a single substitution all game. There was a hot second yesterday where I thought TCU was going to catch Duke slipping again too, but Duke was just so much bigger and stronger, and they got some whistles. Kind of just it was always too much for TCU. TCU is not a bad squad though. My favorite one, McLeod, was the missed goaltending and then turning around and teeing up TCU's coach right after the blatantly missed call. I was like, ouch. Like, you're double screwing them. Like, not only did you wipe 2 points off the board, you teed them up and then put an additional 2 points. It didn't mean anything in the long run. I just thought that was a little ridiculous. All right, last box. We're going to jump into this break. Happy Sunday, Lloyd. How we doing? Lots of buybacks, Sponger. Lots of buybacks and interesting hits. Can't complain, Lloyd, can't complain. Spent all weekend watching basketball with some buddies from back home. Haven't seen them in a long time, so that was dope. Back here for Sunday, and then I'm actually off another 3 days just because my schedule is backloaded next week because I think Cat's going to opening day in Colorado. So I was off 3 days, work 1 day, and off another 3. So I can't really complain about that all too much, you know. Should be well rested come next week. Oh man, Sponger, I know. All right. Good luck, everybody. Why don't we just get a guess in for the first auto with a break for 42 and Blez Bucks? It's gonna be a massive checklist. It's gonna be tough. I'll roll it over if we don't hit it. But let's give everybody a chance. First auto with a break for 42 and Blez Bucks. All right, good luck. Suarez. This Carlos Correa picture I always think is an image variation. Strider on the chrome. Nice reel of Johnny Bench. Kurtz on the rookie cup. This is my first time truly opening it, so I'm just trying to learn the product, trying to make sure I don't miss any variations. Seen it open, but I haven't opened it myself, so I just want to make sure. So we'll be going to the bottom left, Tigers and Dylan Smith. What's up, Brett Lee? What's up, Sea Otter? Squint Weasel? Nice. We got our first relic. It's going to be Jazz. Jazz for the Yankees in Niski Biz. Enterprise of Jacob Wilson. Dylan Dingler, not an IV. Yeah, the All-Star ones are easy to spot, and then the baseball ones right here are fairly easy. I'm just trying to, just don't want to miss any. I want to see if I can, you know, go through the first case I do with doing pretty good. Let's go into the bottom left, Peters and the Rays. Let's go into the left, that's going to be Dumper. Logan Webb on the chrome refractor. Nice, our first buyback is going to be Mickey Rivers for the Yanks. Mickey Rivers. Don't know much about Mickey Rivers. He was a career .289 hitter. Over 2,200 at-bats. Got to get my ball knowledge up on Mickey Rivers. All Sports, Bermudez, Timmy, what's up? I haven't seen any variations yet. Madness has been good to me so far, Roulette. So far. Yesterday was awesome. Thursday was good. Friday was kind of like a break-even day. So hopefully I carry it into today. Haven't had any bets yet in the first 2 games, though. Kurtz on the raw power. My number on Roulette Bermudez is 11 because my birthday is November 11th, 11/11. So it's only right that my number is 11. And it's actually hit for me fairly nicely a few times. Arenado on our next relic for the Cardinals and El Scruffo. Real of Ellie De La Cruz. It's going to be our Deckle Edge of Caden Dana. There goes Iowa State, Barry in Kentucky. Nice, our first color is a sick one. That's Roki on the blue team color match for the Dodgers. Fukushima. I'll get that in a cleaner top loader. Actually, it's the penny sleeve that's a mess. 74 of 150. There's actually fewer variations than I anticipated. Through our first 2 boxes, and I didn't see one. Always make sure to go through your heritage in the mail, folks. Just double check. No, there's 70. Nice Fried on the green. Really wish I would have seen Max Fried on Team USA. I love Max Fried. It's too bad he's at Janky now. I believe, yes, that's an image variation of Roman Anthony. Nice one right there for K-Dub. Nice IV of Roman. It's the Chase rookie in the product. Let's go. Image. Let's go, K-Dub. All duals going to the left, all quads going to the bottom left. We random them before the break, well, before we started opening the packs. Bubba Chandler on the reel. Thought that was Skeens for a second. Not an image variation of Christian Javier. Was crack-a-lackin' Crack Jackson? Yeah, that's a 101. 101 sliver of cardboard. There's our first auto. It's Michael Harris. Michael Harris Jr. for the Bravos and J-Mo. Nice Michael Harris right there. Any guess? No guess. We will roll it over. Massive checklist. Give you guys a couple chances. Jacob Wilson on the All-Star blue speckle. Oops. Friend of the Blez will top load Jacob. Raw power of Schwarbs. Not an image variation. Who we got today, All Sports? I know you're sharp in the college basketball world. Oh, the Lizard King. That's a name variation right there for the Phillies. Higgins. Higgins on the Lizard King, or Jesus Lizard, whatever you want to call him. There we go, Higgins. We have a black to 77. It's going to be Simeon's Wood Richardson. I've heard some people are high on this guy. He had a pretty good second half to the season. Woods Richardson is 77, 55 of 77 for the Twinkies. And Barrett, let's go. Let's go, CB. Bubba Chandler. Bubba Chandler, our next autograph for the Pirates and Chad. There we go, Chad. Get you a little bit of Bubba. The arms in this that this organization has is kind of ridiculous. Skeens, Bubba, Jared Jones, if he can get back to form after his injury. You got Seth Hernandez waiting in the wing. It's kind of that organization has some electric arms. Did anybody watch any of the spring breakout games? I watched a little bit of Seth Hernandez's outing. Saw a little bit of like a highlight reel of it, or I guess a condensed video. Color of the year, it's going to be Ernie Clement for the Jays and Head. I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched the full games, but I definitely watched like some condensed videos of them and stuff, like some of the key at-bats. Some of the guys that, you know, we would all be interested in seeing. Also saw my boy Easton Carmichael went deep for the Pirates. He's a Sooner. He also sells so quickly in all of our PYPs. I always try to get him, and I can never pull it off. $77, it's going to be me draw. So this stack was much more friendly than our first stack. A couple numbered pieces. Some nice short prints in this one, some variations. Yeah, that's a good point, All Sports. Will they be able to pay them all in order for them to, you know, be a long-term solution for the Pirates? That poor organization. Blue. It's going to be Yelich. Yelich for J-Mote and the Brew Crew. Nice, J-Mote. 41 of 150 on our blue chrome. Oh, there's Balraj. I didn't realize Balraj was a gang member. Oh, there we go. There's the All-Star variation right there for the Mets and Josh Francisco Lindor. The 11ers. The Miz. It's an image variation. Nice one of The Miz right there, tossing the pigskin. Brewers and J-Mo. Seen some nice image variations with Roman and now The Miz. Opening day starter for the Brew Crew. Definitely more variations and such in this stack. All right, that's our first 4 boxes. Schwarber. Brooks Baldwin, not an IV. Looks like potential blue chrome coming in right here. Riley Green on the Tigers All-Star variation to 150. Skubal and Skeens going to the left. That's going to be Skubal. Springer Dinger. Springer Dinger for Head and the Jays. Let me look through something real quick. Make sure I put these cards in the right spot. Nice picture of Brennan Doyle right there with the sunset right behind him. I like that. As we proceed, raw power of Polar Bear. And a decal edge of Jared Jones. Nice Jared Jones decal edge right there for All Sports and the Pirates. Yeah, not about the decal edge. 2 autos in, I believe. Not an IV of Terang. Dave Hilton. Dave Hilton on the buyback. Cade Cavalli, Soderstrom. What's up, MMB? How we doing? Yes, Yoking. Couldn't be the same guy. Nice, it's Judge. Judge on the pinstripe. That's dirt. So, nice game used memorabilia with a little bit of dirt. Wish it would tell you which game. But nice dirty patch right there regardless for Niski. I like that actually. What? Alright, now you've piqued my interest. What exactly is an Irish lasagna? Shohei. George Brett on the reel. Kyle Teal to 77, 6 of 77 for the White Sox and Billy. Think pierogies, but in lasagna form. Okay. What if it wasn't dirt? Well, I don't know, Kenny. Then I wouldn't recommend smelling it if that was the case. Just tell yourself it was dirt and don't ruin your dreams. Raw power, Aaron Judge. Oh, that's going to be the variation of the banner. The baseball instead of the banner up top for the Reds in all sports of Hunter Green. Hopefully we can get those bone spurs out of the way and he can just return to the mound early in the year. Want to top load all the stuff that needs to be shown now. A lot of this stuff will be top loaded by our casers and sleevers. But some of the bigger, the numbered hits and nicer insert or nicer SP stuff will be shown in the recap. Keep them out longer. I want the best players in the game on the field. All right, halfway home, guys. Only seen 2 autographs. Would love to see a couple more. I've seen anywhere from like 3 to 4 in a case. Shohei. I did see that MMB. I saw that too. I was unsure of that one. When are we gonna finally see him up there and get, you know, consistent major minutes? Or minutes, innings, at bats. Sorry, I've been in a basketball mode all day. All weekend. I think all the variations have actually been upside down in this, kind of making it easier on us than the other day. Nice, Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt on the memorabilia for the Royals and All Sports. My bracket's not doing the most fantastic. I didn't get into any like money brackets or money groups or anything like that. So my bracket's kind of just like for fun, for me to track to see how bad I really am at predicting college basketball. So it's doing all right. It's nothing special. My bets yesterday did good, so that's arguably more important to me. Well, not arguably, definitely more important. The Miz on the white chrome. Oh my goodness, it's fine, MGH. We don't always need a east, west, north, south, insert state here, university in the Sweet 16 Elite 8. Crochet. I mean, High Point was pretty sick, and High Point took Arkansas to the limit yesterday. Honestly, High Point had a good chance of winning that game in the last 90 seconds. That Johnston kid, who everybody fell in love with, took some of the worst shots I've ever seen in my life. Like, on 2 to 3 possessions, just really ruined their chances. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't stop Acuff, but, I mean, let's be real. Nobody in the country's been able to stop him this year. That's why he's the best player in the country, or at least the player of the year. I wouldn't say he's the best NBA talent, but he takes over. So Sea Otter, I had TCU money line just for fun because I wanted like a long shot yesterday, and there was a point in the second half in Duke's first 6 possessions they had 5 turnovers, or it was like first 7 possessions had 5 turnovers, and TCU had the lead. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And then all of a sudden Duke just, turned it on as a good team should. But I thought Duke was against, backs were against the wall for a quick second. For the Padres and Martin, it's Manny. I had the plus 600 ticket in my hand, and I was like, oh my God, this is happening. But that dream died fairly quickly. But it was okay. That was a small bet. Dave Parker. Red and gold-blooded's favorite player growing up. Ryan Jeffers on the decal cut in a blue right behind. It's going to be Mickey Moniak. Mickey Moniak, former first overall pick for the Rocks. Who's got the Rockies? Axios. Yeah, I hate Duke, so, like, I wasn't a fan of him just because of that, but, like, when I say I'm not a fan of Boozer, it has nothing to do with me thinking he's not going to be good. It has everything to do with him playing on Duke, in all honesty. Like, he's a stud. He's a guy I'll probably enjoy if he goes to, a team that's not hateable in the NBA. Pedro Borbon. What's up, Blasey? It's going good, man. It's going good. It's been a good weekend. Glad to be able to hang out with everybody on this fine Sunday. Got 4 boxes left in this break. Lionel Blanco. Nice green of Springer. 92 of 99 on the green chrome. And Pepe Farias. It's going to be for the Nationals. Billy. Royce Lewis on the black paper piece. Very nice for the Twins. I've heard these are very, very short printed on the black paper piece. Not the charcoal gray, but the black. Has everybody been drafting their fantasy baseball teams? My draft is tomorrow night. And I don't know where I'm picking. It's one of those that the pick gets random an hour before, so kind of just got to be on the ball. Raw power, Cal Raleigh. It's nice to be off tomorrow before my fantasy break, like my fantasy draft, because I'm just going to be studying like a mother for the last couple years, or last couple hours. One on Monday and one on Wednesday. Nice. Moniak quietly had a good year last year. JT Real Muto, Higgins in the Phillies. I feel like Moniak quietly had a good year. Obviously, it was in Colorado, so no one cared because clearly it didn't translate to winning. But I feel like he still had some good numbers. Is that Basallo? It is Basallo. It's a cool pick. Basallo hit some tanks the other day. Trout on the white chrome. It was kind of like so I had an opportunity to join the Blez one with Browns, the one that Brown put together. For me, it was just like, my thing with fantasy baseball is it's very long and it's definitely a time commitment. But I also don't know how much I loved the, not setting your roster throughout the year, just kind of drafting and being done. There's something that's like, really fun about picking up somebody midway through the year and then end up being like your rock for like the whole, there's that fun aspect of that. Somebody who you don't even think about drafting. Nice. C.J. Abrams on the image variation for the Nats. I stopped playing fantasy football at one point for like 4 years, and I just got back into it about 2 years ago. I do like fantasy football mostly just because the group of guys I play with are really cool, and I like that aspect of it. It's nothing I like, ride or die about. But, it's like, I don't know, it's like $100 for the buy-in for the whole season. So if you break it down week to week, it's like $8 a week or something like that. It's just something fun to, BS and have bragging rights with the boys for me. It's nothing like too serious. Some people love fantasy sports. I'm not one of them, but I do like the camaraderie it brings. Kind of like the baseball room, It's more than just the cards, more than all that. Obviously we have a huge community and everybody's absolutely awesome. Nice Jacob Wilson variation on the All-Star for Axios in the A's. Some nice names on the variations that we've seen today. Grant Taylor. Grant Taylor for the White Sox. It's going to be our third autograph. Hopefully we can get another one. But Billy on the White Sox gets a Grant Taylor autograph. You guys want to know what made me quit fantasy football the first time? A few years ago, Taysom Hill was listed as a quarterback / tight end. And there was a game where the Saints announced that they were going to start him at quarterback. And on ESPN or whatever platform I was playing on, you could start him at tight end. So I was facing a team with 2 quarterbacks. And I got blown out, and that ended up being the difference of me making the playoffs and not making the playoffs that year. And I was kind of already burnt out on it, and that was like the one that I was like, yeah, screw this stuff. Like, I'm over it. And then I ended up coming back. It's fun, but I don't play it for, like, competitiveness. You Savage on the white chrome. All right, last 2 boxes. Let me go ahead and top load some of these cards real quick. Let's see it, Scruffy. Let's see it. We have a couple of things that can go next, guys. Take your Dodger filler for Delight 52. that's really all that's left on the board there. The Astros and the Dodger filler. We're close on Bowman Draft Hobby 111. And the tri-case is close as well as the MVP. Doesn't have too much money left on the board. Last 2 boxes. Yes, Juice, yes, it will be. Corbin Carroll for the D-backs and Barrett on the relic. Beatty on the white chrome. Whoops. Sorry, Loperfido. Loperfido went flying. Come on now, let me see one more auto out of this case. 1 auto and 1 sick IV. Deckle cut of Matt Chapman. Bobby Witt Real. Jacob Wilson regular All-Star. Freddie Freeman All-Star variation for the Dodgers in Fukushima. Chase Burns white chrome. Maybe they're starting quarterback. All quads went to the bottom left and duels going to the left. Will Smith on the white. Naylor white. John Hale. John Hale for the Dodgers. I think we have a black in the next handful, probably to 77. Belly. Belly for the Yanks. Couple relic pieces for the Yankees, the Judge, and now the Belly. Kyle Tucker for the Cubbies. 4 of 77 on the black piece. J-Mo. Peyton Tolley. Wood on the speckle. Shohei on the raw power. Nice one right there for Fukushima. And this will bring us to the end. Maybe an auto would sneak up on us if we're lucky. All right. That was the break. Let me go ahead and top load and give you guys a recap. Where are we at next? I'd imagine it's going to be Update Delight. And then maybe the Bowman Draft PYP. I think that's probably where we're going to go. I think regardless, it's going to be Update Delight next. And then either Draft PYP or that Tri-Caser. Kind of all depends on what we fill first. Matty Matt, what up, buddy? Matty Matt in the building. All right, and here is your recap. Start off with some of our short prints, Decoledge, Jacob Wilson, variations of all sorts. The Miz, the Lizard King, and Roman Anthony on the image variation. Very nice. Our buybacks, Pedro, Pepe, Dave, Mickey, and John. Numbered Chrome, Yelly. Nice Roki on the team color match to 150. Moniak, Springer to 99. Tucker to 77. Me dropped to 77 on the color match. And Simeon Woods Richardson to 77. Clement and Kyle Teal as well. Relics and autos. Corbin, Belly, Witt, Machado, Realmuto, Springer, Judge, a little bit of dirt on the game used. Sweet. Jazz, Arenado, Grant Taylor on the auto. Arenado, then Grant Taylor, Bubba Chandler, and Michael Harris Jr. That was the break. 2025 Topps Heritage, a full case PYT number 9. Thanks, everybody.